Good afternoon, one and all. I am Dr. Raji. Today I deal with Bloom's taxonomy. Bloom's taxonomy was created by Benjamin S. Bloom in 1956. The original sequence of cognitive skills was knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. But this framework was revised in 2001 by Lauren Anderson and David Krathwohl. Actually, this is a set of three hierarchical model used to classify learning objectives into levels of complexity and specificity. The three lists cover the learning objectives in cognitive, affective, and psychomotor or sensory domains. So, let me discuss Bloom's revised taxonomy in relation with cognitive, affective, and psychomotor domain. Cognitive, it is the learning part related with our brain. Then affective is our emotional part, and psychomotor or sensory domain is related with our physical activity. When these three domains together works, then the learning outcome will be very productive. So, Lauren Anderson, a former student of Bloom, revised this cognitive domain in the learning taxonomy in the mid-90s and made some changes, with perhaps the two most prominent ones being, first one, changing the names in the 6 categories from noun to verb forms. The second one is slightly rearranging them. That is Anderson and Krathwohl. This new taxonomy reflects a more active form of thinking, is perhaps more accurate. In the cognitive domain, the hierarchical order is like this. It is in the form of a pyramid, and the low level starts from remembering. That is the initial level of learning. In the remembering, the student recall previous learned information. Second one is the understanding level, comprehending the meaning, translation, interpolation, and interpretation of instructions and problems. Then applying, use a concept in a new situation or unprompted use of an abstraction. Applies what was learned in the classroom into novel situations in the workplace. Then the next level is analyzing. Separates material or concepts into component parts so that its organizational structure may be understood. Distinguishes between facts and inferences. Then the next level is evaluating. Make judgments about the value of ideas or materials. Then the last hierarchical order, the highest hierarchical order is creating. Here, the student builds a structure or pattern from diverse elements, put parts together to form a whole with emphasis on creating a new meaning or structure. So, the hierarchical order in the cognitive domain is remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. So, what is the importance of this Bloom's taxonomy, more usefulness? Why educators love Bloom's? Because it gives them a way to think about their teaching and the subsequent learning of their students. ഒരു അധ്യാപികയ്ക്ക് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അധ്യാപകന് തൻ്റെ ലേണിംഗ് ഒബ്ജക്റ്റീവ്സിനെ കുറിച്ച് ചിന്തിക്കാനും കുട്ടികളുടെ ലേണിംഗ് ഔട്ട്കം എന്താണെന്ന് തിരിച്ചറിയാനും സഹായിക്കുന്ന ആ ഒരു പെർസെപ്ഷൻ ഉണ്ടാക്കി കൊടുക്കുന്ന ഒരു ടാക്സോണമിയാണ് ബ്ലൂംസ് ടാക്സോണമി. അങ്ങനെ ഒരു കാറ്റഗറൈസേഷൻ, വർഗീകരണം. സോ ഇറ്റ് ഹെൽപ്സ് ദി ടീച്ചേഴ്സ് ടു അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡ് ദ വേരിയിങ് ലെവൽസ് ഓഫ് കോഗ്നിറ്റീവ്, സൈക്കോമോട്ടോർ ആൻഡ് അഫക്റ്റീവ് ഡൊമൈൻ the teachers have as outcomes for students. Then in the psychomotor domain includes physical movement, coordination, and use of the motor skill areas. Development of these skills requires practice and is measured in terms of speed, precision, distance, procedures, or techniques in execution. The 7 major categories are listed from the simplest behavior to the most complex. So that is a peculiarity of Benjamin S. Bloom. He said the student will start from the initial level to the after getting mastery over this initial level, we can lead the student to the complex level. ചെറിയ ചെറിയ കോൺസെപ്റ്റ്സുകൾ ക്ലിയർ ആക്കിയിട്ട് വേണം വലിയ കൂടുതൽ കോംപ്ലക്സിറ്റി ഉള്ള കോൺസെപ്റ്റ്സിലേക്ക് കുട്ടി പോകാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട്. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് ബേസിക് ടീച്ചിങ് ലേണിംഗ് പ്രോസസ്സ് ഇഫക്റ്റീവ് അല്ല എങ്കിൽ കുട്ടികൾക്ക് കൂടുതൽ കോംപ്ലിക്കേറ്റഡ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ടാസ്ക് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ടും മനസ്സിലാക്കാനായിട്ടും ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടായിരിക്കും. സോ ഇൻ ദ Psychomotor domain, the classification is like this. The initial level is perception, that is awareness, the ability to use sensory cues to guide motor activity. This ranges from sensory stimulation through cue selection to translation. The verbs we commonly use in this area is choose, describe, detects, differentiates, distinguishes, identifies, isolates, etc. Then next one is set, readiness to act. It includes mental, physical, and emotional sets. These are three sets, dispositions that predetermines a person's response to different situations. Sometimes we call it as mindsets. Next one is guided response. The early stages in learning a complex skill that includes imitation and trial and error. Adequacy of performance is achieved by practicing. Copies, traces, follows. These are the verbs we commonly use in guided response. Then mechanism, that is basic proficiency. This is the intermediate stage in learning a complex skill. Learned responses have become habitual. പഠിച്ച ചില കാര്യങ്ങൾ ഒരു ഹാബിച്വൽ ആക്ഷൻ ആയിട്ട് മാറുന്നു. ആൻഡ് ദ മൂവ്മെന്റ്സ് ക്യാൻ ബി പെർഫോംഡ് വിത്ത് സം കോൺഫിഡൻസ് ആൻഡ് പ്രൊഫിഷ്യൻസി. ഫോർ എക്സാമ്പിൾ, യൂസ് എ പേഴ്സണൽ കമ്പ്യൂട്ടർ, റിപ്പയർ എ ലീക്കിംഗ് faucet, drive a car. These are the mechanisms that the basic proficiency. The verbs we commonly use in this area are assembles, calibrates, constructs, dismantles, displays, etc. Then next domain is affective domain. This psychomotor domain, commonly this classification is known as Simpson's psychomotor domain. That is, Simpson's and Harrow's psychomotor domains are especially useful for the development of children and young people. These models, that is, it is for developing skills in adults that take people out of their comfort zones. Then affective domain. The affective domain includes the manner in which we deal with things emotionally, such as feelings, values, appreciation, enthusiasm, motivations, and attitudes. The 5 major categories are listed from the simplest behavior to the most complex. In this affective domain, നമ്മുടെ ഇമോഷണൽ പാർട്ട്, കുട്ടിയുടെ വൈകാരികമായിട്ടുള്ള ആ തലങ്ങളെ, അവരുടെ വാല്യൂസിനെ, അവരുടെ അപ്രീസിയേഷൻ, അവരുടെ എൻതൂസിയാസം, അവരുടെ ഒരു ഇൻട്രിൻസിക് മോട്ടിവേഷൻ, അവരുടെ ആറ്റിറ്റ്യൂഡ്, ഇതൊക്കെ കൺസിഡർ ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് അഫക്റ്റീവ് ഡൊമൈൻ സ്ട്രക്ചർ ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്നത്. അതിൽ ഇനീഷ്യൽ ലെവൽ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് റിസീവിംഗ് ഫിനോമിന, ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് അവയർനെസ്, വില്ലിംഗ്നെസ് ടു ഹിയർ, സെലക്റ്റഡ് അറ്റൻഷൻ. ഫോർ എക്സാമ്പിൾ, ലിസൺ ടു അതേഴ്സ് വിത്ത് റെസ്പെക്ട്. The keywords we are using in this area, that is asks, chooses, describes, follows, gives, holds, identifies, locates, etc. Then second one is responding to phenomena. Active participation on the part of the learners. In responding to phenomena is what we observe the active participation on the part of the learners, attends and reacts to a particular phenomenon. The third one is valuing. The worth or value a person attaches to a particular object, phenomenon, or behavior. Then the next level is organization. Organizes values into priorities by contrasting different values, resolving conflicts between them, and creating a unique value system. The emphasis is on comparing, relating, and synthesizing values. Then the last hierarchical order is internalizing values. Characterization has a value system that controls their behavior. The behavior is pervasive, consistent, predictable, and most importantly characteristic of the learner. Instructional objectives are concerned with the student's general patterns of adjustment. For example, cooperate in group activities, that is, displays teamwork, uses an objective approach in problem solving. Common key verbs we use in this internalizing values are acts, discriminates, displays, influences, listens, etc. So, when a teacher sets learning objectives on the basis of these categorizations, Bloom's taxonomy, the learning outcome of the student will be very productive and very, it transforms to a higher level. Thank you very much.